Hi everybody, this is Mrs. Mel W37 and I am here on Pep Universe Server, the faction server, and I am going to show you what I've been up to lately. I've been making our faction not necessarily bigger, but I've added I added two grinders. I've added a skeleton grinder and a zombie grinder. And of course that you've seen the Enderman grinder. And so let's go over this direction. Oh, and I added some nether wart too, because I added a potion room. So let's look at the zombie grinder first. Well, there's not going to be any zombies or skellies in here. This is the skelly grinder. And this is our enchantment room. So in order to... let's go this way first. You gotta kind of get the spawners going. So you gotta kind of head up here to the top. We have a farm up on the top of the building now. So you can farm. We've got some sugar cane. We've got carrots now. We've got potatoes. We've got wheat now. And if you head down this way, this is down to the 3rd floor. This is the 2nd floor, and on the 2nd floor we've got the potion room, and you can also kind of, I mean, I call it AFKing, but you could just kind of hang out in here and make potions, whatever. And while you're doing that, the mobs, you'll be spawning the mobs in each of the grinders. So if you want to grind, you need to come up here first and kind of hang out. You can like make some potions, whatever. And then there's also kind of like a balcony up here. You can see our farm down below on the 2nd floor. And you can also head down to the 2nd floor from here. It's kind of a maze, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. And you can see the zombies falling down into this hole right here. They travel up. The skellies travel up this way, and the zombies travel up. And then they come this direction. They both travel through the middle, and one goes this direction and then one goes this direction, and they fall down to our 1st floor. So it was a little bit tricky putting this in. I had to design it so that it fit in the space that we had. So the zombie grinder only has 1 spawner, but the skelly grinder has 2. So the skelly grinder always produces more skeletons. And we had a friend, we had a chicken. Fifi the chicken spawned on our base, but then Fifi the chicken despawned on our base. And so rest in peace, Fifi the chicken. So I just kind of left it there as a memorial. And of course this is our, you know, melon farm. And this takes you down to the 1st floor. Now there should be some mobs spawned now. And of course, you know, this is still the same. We've got rooms. We still got a room available. Somebody wants to join our faction, let me know. I think I'm gonna make a separate base for our new recruits, if we have any recruits. So anyway, let me show you the grinders. And there's some rules that we have. A couple new ones I added. Alright, let's go. So we've got our skelly grinder. This one always seems to produce a lot of skellies. There's not that many yet because I just got on the server and spawned this chunk, so it's going to take a little bit for them to accumulate. So we've got the bones in here. We've got, you know, the arrows, bow and arrows in there. And then in this room we have the zombies. Oh, now the zombies seem to be producing more. And so anyway, you've got your, you know, zombie flesh. You could sell all this stuff, which is really nice. And then of course you've got, oops, these doors. And then you've got the Enderman grinder, which I really like. The longer you kind of wait up here, the more spawn. So, and then of course the more people we have in our base, like, you know, doing their thing, hanging out in their room, whatever. The more people we have hanging out on the base, wow, this has got a little glitch. If you're not careful, it'll do that to you. And then this is back down to the 3rd floor again. The more you kind of hang out in this room to spawn mobs, the more mobs you'll get. So we've got some potions. This is already made an aqua potion. So you can come up here. This one's not. Come up here and create some potions. I think I got one already. Yep. And we're gonna start, after we get a lot of money built up and a lot of stuff, we're gonna start raiding bases. So I'm ready. The zombies are in here in this area right here. Skellies are down this way, and then they go up this way and back down. So like I have them everywhere. And then of course the Enderman grinder is like, actually the Enderman grinder is more up here, and then the zombies are more down here, I think. Now that I think about it, I know the Enderman spawner's up here somewhere. It's like a labyrinth, I swear. It's totally a labyrinth. But it's fun. And I'm gonna be, you know, it's kind of nice. We could keep going up and up with our base, making it bigger and bigger. We don't really have to expand outward. We could just go up, which is what I like about a sky base, even though I think if I really wanted to, I could go all the way up. And I could have probably stacked all the way up and made our base higher, but I kind of like it like this because then we could build up. So let's go back down and see if we have any... oh, look at this guy. What are you doing in here? Really? Sometimes the Endermen, they teleport and they escape. And they escape out here. So just be aware that you could possibly get Endermen, you know, but they're not going to bug you unless you bug them or stare at them. Come on, shut my door. There we go. And we got to make sure we shut all these doors just in case someone comes up here. That's not supposed to be. So let's check it out. All right, so this is the Skelly. So some of the stuff that drops might drop outside of the base. It's not a big deal. There's so much stuff that drops. It's just, it doesn't really matter. This, by just doing this, like, your inventory gets pretty full. Well, you have to kind of stand up there longer to get more of them to spawn, but it gets, yeah, it gets full. It doesn't take much. And once you're, you know, once the longer we've been like in this chunk, the more mobs that spawn. They'll just spawn even if you're just, you know, even if you're on the first floor, they'll spawn. Of course, they spawn better in the potion area, but anyway, you get the point. I'm gonna throw this in here. This is not, no. And you know, then we can go and sell all this stuff at the shop. And you'd be surprised how much it accumulates and how quickly it accumulates and how much XP you get. I've used some of my XP for this sword, but I still have 40 XP, so it's pretty cool. I wish I could have put another spawner in the zombie grinder, because I really like double spawners in there, but there just wasn't enough room. It's just the way it was, like the base is shaped. There wasn't enough room to do it. So, but it still works pretty good. I'm not complaining. So let's get up here and see. See, there's not that, whoa, how did we get a zombie up here? But anyway, there's not that many Endermen yet. But I've seen it up here when there's, see, and sometimes they start like teleporting. I noticed if I use a sword with fire aspect that they teleport You really need to use like a plain iron sword without any, like you could have a looting plain iron sword. That would actually be, that'd be the best thing. But if you have fire aspect, then they just teleport. So this is the wrong sword to use. Anyway, let me go back up here and it's gonna AFK up there for a little. Oop, gonna AFK up there for a little while, and wow, I'm like all over the place. It's late. It's late at my house right now, so I'm not that awake. So I'm just gonna see, and you can kind of you could be up here, you know, just farming or whatever, and the mobs will spawn because the mobs are around this area. So I'm just gonna do a little farming and then I'll be back. Now I'm gonna go sell it. Okay. Let's see. Alright, everybody. Well, I hope you enjoyed this tour of the Seekers base on Pep Universe factions. And don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and favorite, and we will see you in the next episode. Bye!